Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we have an undecided or whatever we can say that one stream, right? Where we are just gonna talk about like what we faced this week or this month and how we solved it, right? And yeah, so that is what we're gonna do, right? So let's start with the introduction. You may know both of them, but if you are joining it for the first time, let them introduce themselves. Jigar, then Samgan.
Hey, I'm Jigartullah. I work for Denso as senior software engineer and 20% Laravel, 80% Falcon PHP. This is my daily routine. But yeah, today I will try to share some Laravel related thoughts. But and apart from that, I also organize Laravel Pune community. That's it from my end. Some gun to over to you.
Hi, my name is Mohammed Samgan Khan. You may have seen me in the previous stream with Punya regarding the demonstration of LACT. Mm, I have like over 10 years of experience in this industry of software engineering, and right now I'm working in US. And as Jigar said, today we are here to discuss some problems we faced while developing our code and how we came up with their solution, and have a mutual discussion like what better we can do about those problems, or any problem which they may have faced and I didn't, or I may have faced they didn't, with the mutual understanding.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, I see you got new mic,
Me?
or it was there. Yeah, you.
It was there. It wasn't just visible in the last stream.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's very
okay.
colorful, rainbowy.
Hmm. I thought to buy that, but it was like not fitting into the my requirement, right? So it was like, yeah.
My daughter loves it. Like my daughter is like,
Hmm. Of
it's
course,
like
there
rainbow
has
color.
lights. Who don't like RGB? I have like everything with the RGB, just other than the mic. Okay, so let's go ahead and let me know that if we are from where we can start. I mean, yeah,
Some gun you can start.
I'm
yeah,
taking the
of course.
first part. Okay, so first problem I want to discuss is regarding the API response. This is in like most of the heated topic these days and on Twitter too. That what is the best way or what is the best approach to provide a symmetrical response to Laravel APIs. So
Right.
this is like I want to put forward as a problem statement. According to me, in my understanding and what I prefer are Laravel response macros. So basically, what I do to solve this is I create a macro function success and error or success or fail on the response class itself, and then I can use them to return, like in the symmetrical form. All responses should have these four keys. Status, it can be boolean true or false, or a string success or fail, and an error message string which can be like null if it is a success, but it's the key should be there. The main symmetrical part is all the keys should be present in both the cases, in the in the case of failure and in the case of success. So first key will be the status, second key error, third can be payload, which some people like to use the data as the payload, but I use the term payload as the payload. And then there is a message string just for the sake of just a message thing. So these four keys
Right.
should be in all the responses. And to implement these four keys, I use macros. Okay. There are two more approaches which like other people do, and they are also widely accepted. First is the trait based approach, and second is a class based approach. The trait based approach is basically you create two function in a trait, similarly success response and failure response, and then you return according to the API from that trait. And similarly, instead of a trait, you create a entirely separate class for API responses, and you create two static functions, and then you call it with a scope resolution like API response colon 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 colon, and then success or failure, however you want to deal with it. My personal
Right.
preferences is macros because they provide more like they feel more like inbuilt kind of response.
Built in. Yeah.
Can I ask questions in between, or should I let you complete?
No, 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 sure, sure.
Yeah, of course.
Just go with the
Okay,
flow.
sorry. Yeah.
Don't wait for
Uh,
the end.
so when you say macro, meaning that extends, right? The
Yes,
one that we used with
yes,
extend.
yes.
So how does the autocomplete, like, does IDE help with the autocomplete?
Uh, I like didn't saw on the autocomplete part because it's just one function and memorize the name, so it was never required by that. But
Okay.
most of the classes in Laravel, not all, I'm not sure, but most of the classes in Laravel are macroable. Okay,
Hmm.
you can
Yes.
extend functionality
Mm.
by just creating macros. So like
Yes.
Mm.
HTTP, this approach also comes handy in HTTP. Sometimes you have to log HTTP in database or somewhere. So I create HTTP log macro. So whenever I fire HTTP query, it automatically logs into the database. Just I have to add that log function before calling the actual get or actual post.
I
So
have a I have a package that
Mm.
uses HTTP macro. Like, I've created DD with curl.
mhm,
So
Okay, yeah.
basically, what it does is, if we want to dump the HTTP request into curl, so it does that.
mhm.
So there is this
Give
HTTP
it a map.
facade created with whole request. Can you big request? And if you want a curl
Yeah,
from
you
that,
can dump the curl in the, yeah,
yeah. So I
that's
have
also a good
created a
idea.
Yeah.
macro
So,
with that.
yeah, if you want to show that package, you can do that. I mean,
Hmm, I think it will be very off topic, and
mm,
it's okay. Just
yeah.
but I can let's see if there is nothing, then I can show it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
of
that,
course, you can at least comment that into the, I mean, the link into the comments. I mean, yeah,
But
go
my
ahead.
messages can be seen by everyone. I'm not sure.
You can post the link into the YouTube itself. I mean, mhm.
Okay.
not
I will.
not an enthusiastic response.
So I will have to open the YouTube for that.
Yeah. Let me
So
try to find your package and
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
yeah.
so getting back to the macro part. So this is
Yeah.
like I personally prefer if I can extend the class to like macroably, I'll extend the class and use the macro itself instead of creating a separate class or creating a separate trait on that. And that's where I think macro would form. The concept of macros came from that extend the class if you need as per the need.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So going bit off topic, probably. So because you are creating a API, have you heard of or have you used Saloon?
yeah, I have heard of Saloon. I never used it. I have
Same, even I
definitely
haven't
heard.
used it, but
Yeah.
the I think your use case, I think it standardizes the APIs that we expose for our use case. If my understanding is correct,
Yeah, yeah.
I think so.
Right.
What you're doing, uh, like spending time on doing structurizing your
Hmm.
keeping good structure for a API. I think Saloon does that natively. If my understanding is correct, I haven't
Uh,
tried.
no, I also haven't tried like it is like, but I have tried. There
Mm.
is a package called Scramble or something. Let me see what is that exactly.
Scribble
Scribble,
for
yeah.
documentation.
There for documentation,
Hmm.
yes.
Yeah.
That's a very really like I used to use like in past I used to use Go Postman documentation for the documentation of the API, and it's decent. I'm not
Right.
against that. It's a very good documentation tool. But then I came across a Scramble. It's really good, like really good, and you don't have to do anything much. It takes consider in the resource and collections you make. That is also considered automatically generated the return type and the keys and everything. It's a really good package if you are like working extensively with APIs and you need a really proper documentation for your APIs. It's a really good tool.
Hmm.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
just because we were in the sake of API discussion, I just came across that like
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that's a good tool to use if you are like working with APIs along with the
Right.
response synchronization.
So are you in like that JSON API like that all stuff is there, right? There is one website called JSON API, right? I think.
No, I don't.
And there
You mean dummy API
hmm,
or rapid API?
no, it's kind of protocol, or we can say the rules, general rules for the API kind of.
Open API, you mean like the
No, no, no,
what
the
was it?
JSON API.
What was it
The JSON
called?
API. JSON API.
Jeez.
Yeah, JSONAPI.org. Right.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah,
Hmm.
specification. It was called something else before it.
So actually,
No.
there is one requirement uh, right now for me, right, to add those JSON API rules into Laravel project, right?
If you do that, please let me know too.
No, I have one solution already, right? So let me try to share my screen.
Yeah, sure.
Hmm.
Should I do
Mm-hmm.
that?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
you're more than welcome. You are the owner of stream, man. You can do whatever
But
you
you
want
guys
to
are
do.
guests. Yeah, and we guys are you guys are guests, and in India, like guests are gods, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you say?
Okay,
Tathastu?
that has to, yeah.
Then
Okay,
scribe. Shashank mentioned
okay.
scribe.
Hmm. Yeah, Shashank said that Scribe is good for EPA documentation, and yeah. So of course, we do believe as well because like the James Brooks from the Laravel like core team, he shared it on multiple platforms, right? Already. Okay. Okay, Asifa is there from Pakistan. Thanks for joining. Okay. So yeah, so this is what I was talking about, right? And before that, maybe this is the package Jigar was talking about. Laravel HTTP to call,
Hmm.
right?
So
So
if
he have used macro. Yeah, let me know what you want to show.
okay, so just in SRC service provider itself, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Pending
Okay,
request,
it's.
macro,
Hmm.
and DD to call. That's it.
So what is different between HTTP macro and the pending request macro?
So so when we when we create, so initially this facade creates pending request, and only after it
Hmm.
makes a call, it it is an HTTP. But and that too I don't know, but the I don't know the end goal, but it is pending request till it is actually sent. So
Yeah,
yeah.
of course. So what I understood is if you do it same on the HTTP, right? It will gonna work, I guess,
No.
because let me like yeah, you can say that, but see maybe when you created this package, I mean, how
Long
many
back.
years,
It has been some time.
right? So right now we actually have one thing which Laravel follows like most of the time, which is uh, forward calling, right?
Okay.
So it may be added into the this pending request as well. So what it does is it forward the call to parent, right?
Hmm.
So maybe that's how it now work with the pending request as well. I don't know. Maybe
It
it
might
maybe
work. Yeah, I will
yeah, it
check that.
might.
Thanks for that. Thanks for information.
Mm,
But yeah, this
yeah,
is the short. This is the package. Literally, this one file. So this
yeah.
command line generator generate. It is an another,
Well,
yeah. Yeah, it is a class, and this class then depends on a CLI command line generator, which is
mm,
a separate package, my own package. So, but yeah,
okay.
this reads this reads, but uh, this reads. I can't zoom, like the text is too small for me.
Sorry. Wait. I zoomed wrong tab. Yeah.
Yeah, the add. So as you can see, the request dot headers, request dot method, request dot is
Hmm.
form, everything is I'm getting from request. I'm simply I'm simply calling the add option. Uh, yes, add option, and then add option. I'm using add option everywhere. So that add option is my packages method, which is a standardized way
Hmm.
to write a Linux method, Linux command line. That's it. It's very.
So I can help, right? If I
So only if
try. I mean, I don't
Only
know.
if you want to, like, only if someone is
Use that.
using that package and has a use case to
Yeah,
also handle multi-part,
of course.
etc.
Yeah,
Then yes, please contribute.
yeah. But I mean, like, what can be the use case for multi-part? I don't know. I mean, how even it gonna work? I mean, so it can show the file upload object. I don't know.
Even
Yeah.
I did not even think of it, but I know that it is not supported. Like,
Okay, let's go ahead. And
yes.
so this is what. Let me zoom it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what we were talking about, right?
Hmm.
The JSON API specification for building APIs
I'm
in a
sorry to
JSON,
interrupt you. You have
right?
24,000 downloads on this package. You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Oh,
aware.
Jigar, yeah, Jigar must be must aware.
Yeah, yeah. I last
Yeah.
I saw it was 10,000, and then later it was around 15,000. But 24,000 is new, but still
Mm-hmm.
it's it's very
Yeah,
numbers
this
are very
package
small.
deserve to be maintained, bro.
It is maintained. The 12th,
Yeah,
it supports
Laravel.
Laravel 12.
I mean, right.
Yeah,
Let's say,
there is not.
let me do one thing.
So it is a very small
I'm not.
package. I have
I'm not.
already created
Yeah.
one more issue in that, probably in the last month itself, where I can, where I see a potential of a extra feature where, let's say, this is currently it dumps it, right? So it is only meant for development, this package.
Mhm.
Like if someone wants to dump and
Right.
check, okay, how the request looks like, this is how to do it. But I thought of recently that people may also want to use it in the logs. So for example, just like expose one of the other macro, like how you have been doing, just dump two logs करके and whatever is the current log driver, just log this curl command to their log
Or logs, yeah.
always. So this will help them troubleshoot, like if let's say if one of their external API is failing, they can regenerate the issue by copying the curl command.
Yeah, makes sense actually. And it
Yeah,
will be basically a tracking mechanism too, that how many APIs were filed and how were they filed. Yeah,
exactly.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Jigar, do you have a test workflows?
the basic ones, very basic ones,
Yeah,
yes.
that's okay. That's even okay. So what I'm trying to do is,
Putting stats on the readme.
yeah, so no one need to like go to the like packages to understand. I
But
hope I done.
you won't be able to commit, right? You don't have.
He'll create a PR.
At
Okay,
state
propose changes. Okay, I have to accept
states
it.
add states to readme. I hope the spellings and all are correct.
Thanks for that, Punyapal.
Uh, create a pull request. Let us Copilot to generate a summary,
Where are
and
we
it's
not?
there.
Where are we not using AI anymore?
This code.
Just so just
Okay,
today.
let me. Okay, you can. I cannot do that because it is not my own. Like the package. Yeah.
That's all right.
It.
I got
Okay.
it.
What the diff? You are using what the diff?
Yes, by
Hmm.
Marcel.
Marcel
He for,
Pochette.
yeah,
Yeah.
for open source
Beyond code.
he's giving it for free. So why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
So why I'm not using and why everyone is not using? I don't know.
Can you please
Okay, there is one
go through
PR.
what is this? What the diff? I am not aware of that. So once you are done with this, can you please give me a brief introduction about what the diff is?
And
That
yeah,
will be done by the Jigar itself, right? After merging this PR or
no, no. So sorry, I did not understand the joke also.
I mean after merging this PR or let's go ahead. I mean
Yeah, let's.
okay,
So
go ahead.
what the diff?
Yes.
So
Hmm.
it's a bot created by Marcel and what it will do is automatic, when a PR is raised, it will automatically generate a summary and differentiating what changes have been added, and it will provide a summary for me. So for example, Punyapal added this change in readme, and it has summarized enhancement of readme file and has the README file has been updated with batches showcasing the current version. This is all automatic by what the diff.
That's cool.
This is just a simple, of course, but it can do complex thing also.
Mm-hmm.
I have not used it in its full potential, to be honest, but
This
it's
is
very good.
this is definitely worthy of having like
Yeah.
knowing. Yeah, this is good.
Is it a video? Oh, yeah. Let me bit zoom out. Yeah.
I haven't tested. I have directly merged it to master. So I hope you have.
Okay. Whoa, how? Wait. It's a bit different than what we show in your my PI. I mean,
Sorry.
it's it's changing the description itself. I mean, WTD summary, right? WTD joke, WTD poem, and
But
now,
this is,
okay. So,
yeah. So this is the new one. So all this is the new addition that they have done.
mm,
Using a simple bot.
What the diff?
oh, there are bunch of
Who came?
James Brooks.
Who came up with the name? What the diff?
Okay,
Marcel. Who else?
must be Marshall, right? Okay.
Hmm.
Uh, I will be switching my home soon, and I will be have a broadband, right? So yeah, there will
Yeah.
be less internet in connectivity issues. Okay, that is Copilot X for GitLab. What is that?
Hmm.
Let's not move like outside of the our
Yeah.
That
discussion area. So yeah, this is
so
what we were.
when we have unplanned
Yeah,
stream, this is going to happen. So
Yeah.
yeah.
This is called being with the
So
flow.
all right.
yeah. So even like the those 44 streams which I have done was unplanned for sure, rather than some like yeah maybe the spotlights ones was the some planned because it wasn't planned by me,
Hmm.
right?
By the
So
way,
the Saturday streams,
yeah,
yeah,
I was about to say that
yeah,
congratulations for the 30th April stream. Then what was his name? I saw the update.
yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Let's announce that. So yeah, from where we can announce this? Should we go to the X or YouTube? Yeah, let's go to the YouTube. Okay, and
Live.
live,
Yeah. This one.
and yeah, this one. See, 4 are waiting. Hmm. And
So
see,
that
like when this waiting shows when everyone is actually on the screen.
no, I think in case of like future screens, if you click on notify me,
Notify me?
the count will
No,
increase.
no, no, not that, not like that. I already tasted it. It is
Seriously?
like yeah. So whenever someone is on the screen, it will be added into the presence channel,
Hmm.
right, of broadcasting.
Okay, makes
Hmm.
sense. That's cool.
So it will be in the 45 hours on 30th April, 9 p.m. IST, 3:30 UST, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, UTC.
UTC. You want me to give?
Yeah.
It will be around
So
11:30 East Coast time.
right. So yeah. So he will show us like how to build mobile apps with the Laravel, and I think it will be Android and iOS both. I don't know, right? It will be
Only
mostly
Android.
based on it will be mostly based on only Android, but like you need to just fire one command to build a iOS app, so it can be right.
Can be. Yes.
And yeah, it can be right. So I'm not aware like he gonna show us what is going on inside of the like the native PHP, right? How it works from the inside. I really don't know
You can
right
push it.
now.
You can push it and ask for more details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Create a question here. Like go dig deeper.
Yes.
Yeah. But you saw the Simon's stream, right?
Mm-hmm. I did.
Was you there?
Yeah, I
So
was
it
there.
was like 80 to 90 people was like checking the stream, and total more than 5 to 600 people tuned right to the stream, and it was like good. I mean, 1 hour stream was there, and we was having 150 hours of watch hour, right? So there were average of 70 80 people or maybe more than that. So it was good stream. So
Android
it's a
Android
second part of
has
that.
Android has more power to capture crowd
Yeah.
because there are more Android users than iOS.
Mm.
Actually, I can say one more thing, right? There are more Windows user than Mac, right? You cannot build iOS app on a and Windows, but you can build a Android app on a Mac.
Hmm.
No, but
But
the market for like mobile application is bigger than the market for desktop application. Desktop
Of
application is
course,
like a very
our dad,
like rare thing these days. Everything is browser based, and we have PWAs, and like the browser tab itself can be converted into an application itself on any device. Like Chrome gives that
of
feature,
course,
so doesn't make any
of
sense to go
course,
for like separate desktop application until it's like a security
right?
or offline kind of thing. So that's
Hmm.
a drawback for desktop application. Like as an example, I'm using Gmail as my desktop application right now. It works on my desktop is and it's a browser tab.
You said Gmail.
Yeah, Gmail. You can just create an application for Gmail, and you will use it as a separate application instead of going to the browser.
You mean
that's
PWA?
that's
Yeah,
how PWA.
it
That is
works.
the
Yeah, yeah,
PWA.
Yeah, of course.
yeah. And
Yeah,
Chrome,
I
Chrome,
done that. I
yeah,
done that.
Chrome
I
can make
created
anything.
some
So, but when it comes
Chrome.
to,
Yeah, Chrome. It can be even Firefox.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
go
don't
ahead.
use Firefox, so I don't know about it. But Chrome does that. And what I was saying was,
Yeah,
when
I
it comes to
also,
mobile application, Android or iOS, they had to be separate. Like they have to be created solely.
of course.
So
So it is like, see, I got some client, right, previously. So they were like, we want a app, right? So they were like, create a app, and we have some this kind of requirements, right, and all. So I told them that, see, the iOS app gonna charge you $100 per year, right? And now they are not even ready to build an Android app.
Hmm.
So yeah,
welcome,
those kind
welcome,
of problems happens.
welcome to the world of freelancing, brother.
And
Now they are not even ready to build an Android app. They are like, let our community have some more members, and then after we will discuss about this.
is
So I
JSON
told them, let's
J-
create a PWA and all. So
uh,
they were like, it will be bit complex for us. Like we need to go to everyone, and we need to explain them how to install a PWA app into your mobile phone, right? So yeah, so that was the
JSON
thing.
API
So
is waiting for us to be discussed.
yeah, come back to the topic. Okay, so this is what something like that, and you can provide the links, data, relationships, attributes, right? So yeah, attributes, relations. So this is the
So
data. Yeah,
what it is
say
like? I don't know. Is it Salon like? Is it what is it?
I think like I haven't used
specification for building APIs.
by the looks of it, it looks like this is like the framework or architecture. Like this is the output should look like that. All the data should go into data.
Yeah,
All the relationship go into
right,
relationship, and if there is certain things
right, right.
where it goes,
It's a
it's like
standard basically.
yeah, basically
Standard,
creating
yeah.
Specification.
yeah.
Okay.
S-
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, right.
So
Mm,
Specification.
like what? How
So
you have your own standard? You were
mm,
discussing like
yeah.
these key needs to
This
be
key,
present.
yes, exactly.
right.
Similarly, they have some kind of a standard.
So
Understood.
Mm.
yeah. So from that, I like uh, thought about this JSON API specifications, right?
Hmm.
The standards.
Good to know.
So hmm. So actually, so this is what we need to do with the JSON resource which we have into the Laravel, right?
Mhm.
I mean, we need to override JSON resource or whatever we need to do, right? But I want my JSON resource to return this when I pass some data to it, right? I mean, so of course, maybe I haven't seen anything yet, right? Like how we will gonna do it. because I'm waiting for something, right? And what it is? This API from the Laravel core team member, Team McDonald, right?
Hmm.
Who's building this a package, which is
Mm.
from the same specification, right?
Yeah, I
Hmm.
got that.
So why should I build that, right? I
Yeah,
should
this is
wait for
this,
him,
this is cool. This is
right?
like really cool. Why should I wait for that? I'll just use the package.
Right. But actually, this is kind of how where we can see, yeah, from here.
This is the same guy who created Wayfinder, right?
Yeah.
Wayfinder. Yes.
Yep, that's also
Yes.
from Tim.
Hmm. Team and the
Narrative.
Joe Tannenbaum.
Hmm.
Sorry, I forgot his surname again. Tannenbaum, I guess that is what
N-
it is.
Even I don't know how to
So
pronounce it, but
yeah,
it's
actually I saw one video and how to pronounce his surname on YouTube.
it is difficult for us.
So yeah, it is like, see, have you done with load, right? And if you do user resource.mac, okay, so you just need to install this, right? Nothing else. I mean, after that you don't need, okay, so you need to extend it with the uh, Teams JSON API resource class, right? And it's done, right? Now, okay, now we will now create attributes property. Oh my gosh. So you need to create attribute property. So now what I understood is it's bit lengthy now, right?
But it is a structure, right? It is forcing you a structure,
Yeah,
which is I think good.
That
right, of
actually, I
course.
was exactly thinking of that. That there, you have to create so many attributes to match that structure, because there were so many titles and there were so many strings which need. Oh, wow. So these keys or these like things will be auto generated, and the only way to auto generate these kind of things are attributes. So whenever you will call a model, these keys will directly append into the collection itself.
Right. Also, they see you have support for relationships as well,
Hmm.
and you can also provide that this team resource will be used for team
Team.
relation,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, makes sense. But the core is like
I don't know.
either you use like JSON API or you use create your own format. It doesn't
Hmm.
matter. The core is
Right.
it should be symmetrical throughout the APIs. Just that's the key. Like because front end
Right.
suffers
Consistency.
a
Of
lot.
course.
All the front end developers like they really suffers a lot if the keys are not
Hmm.
symmetrical, because you cannot automate or you
Right.
cannot like generate a standard front end classes and everything if the structure is not formatted. And we have
Hmm.
in our like
Right.
in my previous work we have suffered a lot because of that. There are like at the end of the day it comes to like deadlines and collapse timelines because of these issues. So that's the core.
Right.
That's the main key here to focus is like symmetrical. You use any pattern, you use like whatever you want to do, but keep it symmetrical.
So one
Right. So,
lit,
hmm,
little off topic. So this GraphQL, does it does it solve some kind of a this problem, because the endpoint is only one and we build the query dynamically to fetch
hmm,
the data. So the
right.
query, I think it solves the query parameter part, and
I'm
the
not
only
sure
the
though.
Now I have used GraphQL. Hashnode APIs are in GraphQL, so I have used Hashnode APIs integration. So
GitHub APIs are also in GraphQL, right?
so the,
uh,
does
Some
that
of the
solve problem in a way, in a
uh,
way?
it doesn't solve the problem according to me. It puts the problem solution in the hand of front end developer instead of the API creator. So basically, REST APIs it says like you are getting what I am sending you in the format I am sending you. Now you have to deal with it. But when it
Yes.
comes to GraphQL, it's just the reverse. That this is my data resource. Okay, when you send the query, tell me whatever you want. This query will filter itself and send you the required data as you want it.
Right.
So don't
Hmm.
How much
bother me.
secure it is?
Don't bother me because the schema is fixed. You cannot ask anything outside the schema.
Hmm.
So,
Right.
like for example,
Yeah, of
in
course.
the schema there are only four keys allowed. So you can ask any of those four keys. You cannot ask for the fifth key.
Hmm.
So, like
Right.
Very
it totally
nicely
put
explained.
it totally puts everything in the front end hand. Like this is my one URL. Make the query as whatever you want, whenever you want, which section. Just follow this schema, and we are good. Don't bother me again and
Right.
again to add keys or to
Right.
remove keys.
Of course. I mean, okay, no more glitches,
Hmm.
no more fights.
Uh, but in my personal preferences, REST APIs are better than GraphQL. Like in my personal opinion, personal preferences, they're easy to use, easy to understand, easy to
Document.
implement, and GraphQL APIs are painful. Like until you are like really into using
Hmm.
that and you exactly know what you are dealing with, they are very
So
painful to use with.
so REST is a developer friendly. Looking at the method and the
Mm.
URL, we can figure out what what exactly it is
What
doing.
exactly it is, yes.
Yeah. All
Mm.
right. We can move to next one, or if you want to continue.
So I'm good with this. It's your
Allowed.
turn to raise a
What is this
problem now.
allowed includes? Sorry?
Nepal is still stuck on the package.
He's
Yeah,
he's still on
actually.
the package. He will go three level down inside the package. What it is
It's not
doing.
his fault. He cannot
No, no,
help
no, no,
it.
no. I'm not gonna do that.
He literally cannot help it. I have
I'm
seen
Actually,
it.
I
I'm
was
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to deep down into that package, like open SRC, what they are doing.
okay. It got let's delete it.
And I have seen his
Yeah.
streams before also. Once he start digging into the code, there is no turning back. It's like a
Yeah,
rabbit hole for him. He just keep
keep
going
going.
on and keep going on. Like,
And
Okay. So
me being
so I yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. I cannot see that tasting stuff, but yeah, you can see now 25K and
I have
1.0.3 here.
I have removed that,
Removed
and
it.
you had added the wrong URLs. I have added extra commit and removed the testing because testing are local. They're not on GitHub Actions.
Okay.
I need to-
Yeah. I asked you that you have a workflows, right?
Workflows. Okay, I misunderstood.
now it's your turn, Jigar, to raise a problem so that we can.
Yeah.
Problem. So one problem we
Hmm.
can discuss. That if I'm pretty sure no one watched my stream, so I can summarize my stream. One of the stream.
At least you do one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I have stopped that, but how to explain that? So this LaraCon Connect. Have you attended any LaraCons?
No, I
Samgan?
wanted no, no. I'm so back on that one. So when I was in India, there was no LaraCon India. When I moved to US, they moved LaraCon to India. I was like, this is so unfair. And LaraCon US is like the tickets goes out like this. They open ticket like today, and by the time you get the notification that the tickets are open, they are gone. And it's like not. I don't know. Like I should say this or not, but they are not on the cheaper side of the aisle. They are, and it
It's
also
there.
It will be around $800.
yeah, it's not just the $800 of the ticket. It's also comes with the ticket to go there, fly, stay in the hotel, food,
Of course.
accommodation. So the entire bunch
Right.
package becomes like around 2000, 2200. Like
So is it
more or
yeah,
less
is
it's
it
around
better
200
to
200,000 in INR. Like so, it's not a cheap investment to go there.
200,000 INR? Yeah, it's good. Okay.
Mhm.
So
So what I was
I
saying
mean,
is, in
yeah.
LaraCon India, we had played a game called LaraCon Connect,
Mhm.
and I had created that. I won't go deep into that game itself, but uh, to summarize,
Jigar,
yep.
I'm coming back few
All right,
minutes.
all right. I will explain the game by
Mhm.
that time. Not explain the game, but explain the problem. So in Lara, we have a functionality. So basically, this LaraCon Connect game, what it does is, uh, we have to we want we want every attendees of the conference to play this game and compete for the highest score.
Mm-hmm.
How to increase the score is basically ask others, the attendees, to boost them, like give me a boost so that I can, so
Mm-hmm.
my score increases, basically for better connections, like
Interaction. Mm-hmm.
interactions. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so the end goal is that interaction is increased because they will talk to each other so that they can raise. And there are obviously, because it is a game, there is a restrictions, like you can't, in 1 hour you can do it only once. There
Mm-hmm.
is a score point like 5.
Yeah.
It
Boundaries, basically the contestant boundaries.
Yeah, then there someone can also pull you down. People can resign, and while resigning they can transfer their score to someone else. There were coupon codes, they can redeem the coupon codes and get a shield that no one can pull them down,
Mm-hmm.
and something like that. So there were super boost also. There were 4 5 functionalities. But and so on the production day, so not on the like, one of the feature we skipped it because in Laravel Cloud we used Laravel Cloud, and in Laravel Cloud we couldn't upload the CSV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so uh, later on in my stream I started troubleshooting the issue why it is not working, etc., etc. So Punyapal was on stream. So short in short, what I was looking at is when the queue was getting executed to import. So we were using filament, and filament has its own importer. So that importer then basically, when it ran from a CLI, from a queue worker, it was throwing an error. The error was because the importer was, for importing, it was using a default guard called web, and I had introduced my custom guard attendees,
Mm-hmm.
and attendees was not looking at the users table, but at its own table attendee. So the problem was that importer is actually looking at the default guard. So in the live stream what we solved is we introduced a job middleware which changed
The
the
guard.
guard dynamically. So this
And
is the
change the guard.
Yeah.
At runtime, change the guard
Yes,
from
exactly.
attendee to web.
So we created a
Yeah, you
custom
haven't
middleware.
uploaded that video yet, huh?
Yeah, I haven't uploaded. So there is a
My,
video, but
you
I
should do that.
haven't trimmed it.
Yeah, you should do that soon.
It's quite large.
Let
Even after
let
trim,
let taste your memory. In these 6 episodes, right?
I am
In which
not going.
episode it was?
I am not going to even attempt it. I'm, I I know my memory very well. I know that I
why
won't be able to
why
guess.
why are you saying that? I mean,
Mhm.
why are you saying that?
It's not
Fix
not worth
importing
remembering.
attendees on CAV. I mean, fix importing attendees CAV, CSV on Laravel.
There are chances that this won't have that because
Yeah,
my talk
yeah, of
doesn't
course.
match with the title.
Yeah, it is like,
I
see, but it was like the second. Okay, yeah, let's skip that because the LaraCon Connect is deploying on Laravel Cloud is was there, and I think this is the thing you were looking at, I guess, right? Let's keep
probably.
it. Okay. So, what was your channel,
It's
Samgar?
by the name of fellow developer at fellow developer. I'll send you the link. If you
I'm
search fellow,
planning to upload videos rather than doing stream because I don't have followers like
Yeah.
Punyapal. I will upload standalone videos.
this is the
Yeah, and the shorter ones. Hoping that
Yeah.
someone at least takes a look.
So, whoever is watching this, you should follow both of them, right?
yeah.
Jivdula and
Please go and
the
subscribe.
fellow developer. I
Yes,
think
please
you
go and
should.
subscribe.
Yeah, of course. By follow, I meant subscribe.
Is,
Okay, I haven't
share.
subscribed yet. Yeah. Okay. You
Punyapal,
got one more subscriber.
how many times have you said in your streams, like, please share, follow, sorry, subscribe, comment, and like? Have you
Zero,
used these terms?
zero,
Zero.
zero. Just today. Just today.
Because even
And for both of you guys. Yeah.
We are the lucky ones. We
Let me
got the
know.
first subscription shout out from Punyapal.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys should follow them. I see 20, 32 and 56. I think it should be 57. Yeah.
Hmm.
Just a random question, Jigar. Like, what prompted you to make a custom guard? Like, why did you even attempt to make a custom guard?
Custom guard.
Like in the
Hmm.
Laravel Connect, like you said, there was a
Understood.
custom guard. Like, why? What was the need you think it was for a custom guard?
So
Because I never felt like I don't. I have seen some code bases they made their custom guards, but I personally never felt the need to make a custom guard because anything I need to do, I can do it in a middleware and like I can have more control over it. Like I don't understand. Like just out of
one was
curiosity.
the my thought process was segregation. It is the attendees. So at the high level itself, in my head, I want attendees to be able to log in. They are not the users. And we used the users as the admin who are accessing filament admin panel.
Okay.
So those are two different set of people. We don't ever want to juggle between these set of users. So that's why I created a custom guard directly.
Wow. So he has one video with 31K views.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Mohammed has a one
it
video with
uh,
31K views.
it was just when Laravel 6 came out, I made this video. Like literally Laravel 6 came out and they changed the auth. This is the first time they changed auth. Because before Laravel 6 it was PHP artisan make auth. And when you run the same command in Laravel 6 it breaks. It is like it dies. So they changed the command
Oh,
and everything.
like I'm feeling like how much I am feeling good to see Lara Windows 8, I guess. Is it Windows 8?
I don't know, it's old. Yeah, I think Windows 8 or something.
Yeah,
I forgot how
Windows 8.
Windows look.
Now I forgot it too, but at that time it was a thing.
I still own a Windows. My personal laptop is Windows. Here it is
See, you
lying
can you
around.
can you can see how naive I was if I was using PowerShell.
Yeah, PowerShell. You have but what I understood is you have OBS open. Okay, uh, that is understandable. But
Hey,
why Sublime and PHP Storm both at the same time?
Sublime works as my secondary note-taking application because if you close
Note
Sublime
taking.
directly, you don't have to save it.
Wow.
Like you just close Sublime,
Yeah,
it
of
will
course.
keep the data. So it's
Right.
good. You just write it
Right.
and then close it, and then you open it. It's right there. You don't have to save files. So basically, it's
even
like
Wow.
in
So
almost.
your sorry, sorry. Continue. Continue.
no no.
Now this is
I
what I
think
said. Like
even VS Code works like
yes,
that right now.
yes, same as right now.
Right
Yes.
now,
Yeah.
Mhm.
even Notepad on Windows right now works like that only. Right.
No one asked about the Windows.
Okay. But see, but your video is suggesting my stream. So yeah, that's good.
That's good. I like that. Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't have a PR team right now, else it would be like, that's good. My PR team will love it.
Yeah, that's good. Hmm.
All right.
Okay.
So it was so
So let me.
it just came out. So I was telling this video, and I wrote an article on Dev.to too. That also have like
Mhm.
good number of views. So that was like the hot topic at that time.
Yeah. So for getting views, create a video on hot topic. That's the
This is
thing you
the
can
like
do.
I don't like this thing, but this is like how the market works. This is the only thing like the market works.
So if we create a video called PHP is dying, then it will.
That's not a hot topic. I'm sorry to inform you. That's like a
Yeah.
controversial,
Controversial
most
topic.
discussed topic, but not
Controversial
hot
topic. Yeah.
anymore. And with Laravel 12
Yeah.
and native PHP, it's not it no, won't gonna survive much longer because
Hmm.
people are converting back now. They were like against PHP for a really long time, but now with
Hmm.
type checks and PHP stan and modern tools, people are transforming back. Like okay, it's not as bad of a language as we
Hmm.
used to think or
Right.
we supposed to what it was. And like
Of
and if you
course.
if you
So
follow Nuno and if you follow Nuno's tips and Nuno's way of coding, it becomes even more stronger with like declare strict on the every file final for all the classes. And he created this package called Nuno Essentials that makes Laravel like a fortress, like literally a fort, non-penetrable fort.
Hmm.
So
See, if I search PHP is immortal, right? I get second image
Because
as
you are
my
logged
post.
in. Go in incognito and try.
That's the reason.
Try, try,
Okay.
it's a little
try.
biased. The people say that Google is a little biased to the people you are using them.
I'm still
Okay,
second.
Very
congratulations.
good. Now, now, now
It
it's
makes sense.
hence proved you are famous.
Yeah, hands proved. Okay, but there are lots of unrelated things because the word immortal, right?
Hmm.
But still, I'm on the second top. I mean, that's good. Okay, he is Theo. Whoa. Hmm. Let's see what he is doing. Why does
We are
everyone try to
going
kill PHP when it
we
is?
are going pretty off topic, I would say.
Again, rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Someone take the mouse from this guy.
Sure. I think
Yeah.
it was better when he was not sharing his screen.
But yeah, it is like some if something is interesting, we should look at. That is what.
Yeah.
Okay.
They created an entire term for this. This term is called rabbit hole. Once you start digging, you just keep digging
Rabbit hole.
on, digging in, and you just like then you see back and you see like there is sunlight somewhere up there, but I
Hmm.
don't know where it is. So getting back to the
Okay,
topic,
so who Jigar has already said his issue and the
mm, so the next
solution
topic,
itself.
yeah, he clarified the dynamic guard, but later on, I guess you moved it to like regular or it's still the dynamic guard.
Dynamic. It's still dynamic.
Hmm. So it is basically something like that. You have some admins and attendees, right? And default guard is attendees, and the web guard is for admins,
Hmm. Yes. I,
right?
So
and
that
by the way, I was so before even after. So if you recollect, we were trying to write test cases for this LaraCon Connect. So we were struggling even to run a basic test over there. So I thought that okay, this fission or volt or some uh, folio, they are creating issues in they are not helping us writing test. They are creating blockers. So what I did was I did a fresh install of this fission package by Josh, and I ran his test. So they are working fine. So there is definitely something wrong with my test.
Mhm.
Is it clear? Now what I did
What?
was I said let's
Mhm.
try changing Josh's default web guard. I changed from web to test, and then it should still work. The test should still work, but one of the test failed. So there is this one of the file logout controller. There is logout controller or action. There the web is hard coded, and that's why it is failing. So basically,
Hmm.
to test my to basically to make my test work, I figured out the starter kit that he has created also has one issue. If someone wants, they can raise a pull request.
yeah, there is a dynamic hard-coded guard in there,
Yes, hard coded guard in there.
but
Okay,
no
so
one was.
you can raise issue, right?
I
We
know, I
can
know, I know.
and I can raise a PR.
That also
Mhm.
works.
Yeah.
That
Okay,
like
so
hmm.
was you able to deploy it on the cloud?
Yeah, yeah. Cloud default it works.
Do
Yeah.
we have link?
It's a dynamic link. I got a $7 bill for staging server.
But
No,
it will. It was MySQL. That's why, right?
I got a $5 bill too. I just like barely touched Laravel cloud and I got a
Ah,
bill of like $5 or like
actually, yeah, right. I wanted to check. Thanks to remind me. I wanted to check that if I have that $200 balance or not. I mean,
I was just playing around with Laravel cloud like deploying database and pulling code from here and there. And like couple of days ago, I was like $5 bill. I was like, yep, that
So
happens.
you mentioned because of MySQL bill is higher. Of course I saw the bill, and of course MySQL is the reason. But if I use Postgres, that will be cheaper.
No,
yeah,
on the Reddit
yeah. Of
community, the
course,
people are still
you can
raising.
do Hibernate.
So in
Uh,
Hibernate, the compute
let
web
me
compute
let
can
me
is
let me
disabled, but database compute is still on,
no
if
no
my understanding is correct.
let me explain. Let me explain. Wait a bit because I need to give my two-factor authentication to cloud. Oh, okay. Let's find the auth.
Jigar, I have gone through Reddit so many times. People on the Reddit are talking about the same topic regarding the billing of Laravel Cloud. They are finding it on the expensive side too, like for
So,
small databases, for even they get a
so
decent bill.
I understand. So my thought is that cloud is still not for most of the people, I would say.
Mhm.
When you are in a state where you don't have to look at the billing, you only care about your clients,
Yeah.
etc., etc. You need
Yep.
a working application. I think that's where the cloud shines. But for hobby project, anything, I think it will be costly,
Yeah. For
according to
the
me. I might be wrong.
no, no, I'm seconding the your
No.
opinion. I'm
Let me
100% agree.
explain. I mean, I'm still there. Uh, okay, I cannot check like how where we should have that. Okay, so let just come back. I
This
have just
Okay,
logged into
this won't
cloud
work.
and I
This
was
URL won't
checking.
work, by the way, because this is down. This is owned by the LaraCon India organizers. I don't own this. I have a separate link which I will ping you on WhatsApp.
That I know, but I was talking about. Okay.
But I don't have the
Hmm.
username password, so don't bother clicking that link.
Yeah. Okay. No, I don't want to log in. I just wanna keep something on a UI, right? Nothing else.
Stop sharing your screen. That is the best thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Uh, uh, I just lost. Okay, yeah. So I just wanted to share one thing. Okay, I stopped sharing my screen already. I right?
Yes.
Okay. So I wanted to share with you that if you are using Postgres, right?
Hmm.
So in Laravel Cloud, we still don't have a serverless support for MySQL, right? But we have serverless support for Postgres. So if you're using Postgres and like whatever it is, I mean, it's one thing only, right? So if you're using Postgres and Hibernate mode, right? Postgres also gonna be on a Hibernate mode, right? So you will be cost less if you use Postgres on your side projects
All right.
on Laravel Cloud.
I'll give it a shot and let's see. Because
Even I
I
will
have
do it
Hmm.
right away.
the only part
Hmm.
which I hate the most is you cannot bind a domain until you have a pro like it gives you the
So you
dot
can use m someone dot
dot
Laravel
yeah
dot
exactly
cloud,
like
right?
it give you the
Whatever it
Laravel
is.
cloud. You cannot bind your domains. That I
See, you
So
can
can you
bind your
repeat?
domains. Like
Can you
you
repeat?
can bind the
Sorry.
domains.
no until you have like pro subscription. You cannot bind it in a sandbox. Like there are no domain
Yeah, of course.
possibilities in the
Correct.
sandbox.
Of
Correct.
course. Why sandbox are made for something, right?
Uh,
By the way, I am on Postgres and Hibernate is on like 300 seconds. I can see number of seconds until your database cluster hibernates due to inactivity
Yeah,
300 seconds, and I'm still billed
right.
more than $5. So yeah,
You were on Postgres.
yes, I am on Postgres.
You weren't on MySQL. You mean?
Not on MySQL.
No, it's not cheap. It's not on the cheaper side. Like we can debate it all day, but we all know that any
We all know.
Laravel product,
Yeah,
like it's not just the cloud. Any Laravel product is not on the cheaper side. Like
Yeah.
I
maybe.
can say it like that. What was the
So
there was a product Tinkerwell. No, there is that is from Beyond Code. Like I have seen like so many products and they are like on decent amount side. You can find way like decent stuff on the way cheaper scale.
definitely, for example, this Laravel Nova filament is a free alternative to Laravel Nova.
No.
But I think the ones who are using Nova, I think they are happy because they are using it for a
UI
paid
it is right.
client, and money is rotating, so that's why.
No, and
And
I,
with
I
some,
agree with like the product are of the quality. They are
yeah,
expensive.
product
I'm
are
not
of the
saying that,
quality.
but the product quality is way like brilliant quality.
Yeah.
Because I'm using Herd Pro right now. Like I have Herd Pro, I have taken Herd Pro, and it's great. It's like a really great piece of work. So
I
Okay.
don't have the
So
pro
let's
version.
I have the Pro
yeah.
version. Why do I have the Pro
I
version? I don't
never
know, but I have the Pro version.
mm, I never buy pro versions, right? But I had to buy Riverside Pro.
I was about to say, but you finally bought the Riverside.
Let me make it this clear for you, Punya. Until a
Mm.
certain point in your life, you go with open source, free tools, and like sandbox mode of the stuff. After when you cross the rash threshold, you start to realize that nah, I have to buy. So it start with one tool, one thing, and then it goes to another, then it goes to another, and after 6 months,
See,
8 months, 10 months,
mm,
all tools on your system are like pro level, and you are paying for them because it's not like you
actually, see,
want like that. It's like your needs increase, your like
yeah.
way of
So
working increases.
it is like, see, you have now less time, right? You need to save time, and to save time, you need to get
You
some
need to
pro.
pay exactly.
But I have time right
You
now.
think you do.
I have.
So it's I think he's small. I think like in he's much younger. I would say he will realize
Mhm.
that time, like how precious his time is, and then once he realizes, he will start spending more.
More money. Yeah, because I also like was that
Yeah, of course. At that time, I was also getting more money, right?
at the,
Yeah,
I read one of the Reddit
you are getting
discussion.
more money even now.
Don't just. Okay. Hi, Praveen. Thanks for
Hi Praveen.
joining.
Hi Praveen.
Hey, Praveen.
Mm,
I'm not disclosing any numbers, Punya. Don't worry.
yeah,
More
of
money,
course.
like five
Uh,
thousand rupees a month. So much.
I'll I'll send you my contact information, Jigar. You can directly DM me.
Yeah.
I'm very much interested in knowing that. So I know we cannot disclose
Let
it.
me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm,
It
not
is
online.
like not the
Are you?
amount. I'm just
Uh,
comparing. So it is like the 15 years of experience can charge per hour. I'm what I'm charging for hour right now.
Yeah, that's
Right.
cool. That's justifiable. That's 100%
Mm,
justifiable. No one can
mm,
contradict that.
mm.
good, good.
Okay.
Let's
So
move on to next topic. Punyapal, you haven't shared
No.
anything.
yeah, it's Punya's turn.
Actually, uh, me
Yeah.
actually, I'm struggling to non-technical problems right now, which is like being a lazy. Uh, uh, even it was Easter egg, right? Easter egg, right?
Hmm. Easter egg.
East.
So my client was busy, so I got more lazy, right?
So it's only Easter's. Yeah. Egg is
Easter egg,
Now the
only
festival itself is called Easter, and they have a what do you say tradition of
tradition.
hiding eggs for kids to find out. Like it's a kind of a treasure hunt. So parents hide
right?
eggs in the house and in the like backyard and everywhere so that the kids can find. It's like a fun game for them. And because
Okay,
America being America and all capitalistic and finding ways to make people spend money, so they make these kind of things on all functions and festival. Like okay, buy gifts for them, buy.
right,
So yeah,
So even in movies, they will hide certain, like show certain things, like, and many years later that they will disclose that this was the Easter's in
Easter
the
egg.
movie,
Yeah,
in one of
that's
the
the same
scene.
concept. Like basically, they hide clues, and if you
Hide
look
clues.
enough good or if you search enough, you find those Easter eggs. So, like this is the way of like basically marketing more PR.
yeah, of course. Like, and people will gonna watch whole movie for that particular scene, right?
Yes.
Hmm, good idea.
Yeah, like
Yes, you
Marvels
were saying
movies,
So
you were
people
saying
stay.
something.
Marvel's movie, people stay out after the credit to see the after credit one shot of like 30 seconds. Like
yeah,
people stay to do that.
of course. So yeah, I think I can talk about one problem which I think Mohammed is already aware. I'm sorry, the Samgan. I don't know. Should I call you
It's,
Mohammed or
no, no,
Samgan?
I'm okay with Muhammad. I'm okay with Samgan. I'm okay with Khan also if that's comfortable for you.
That will be more complicated. Okay. So yeah, Mohammed may be already aware of it, right? So it's about the multi logins in the Pinkery, right?
Yeah, we were struggling from
And
last 3 days on that.
I done three streams and I was doing same thing again and again, right? So actually, hmm, should I share my screen
No, no.
for a bit? 2 3 minutes,
I'm so
only
sorry.
2 3
I'm so
minutes.
sorry.
I mean, just 2 3 minutes.
I can see the fear in Jigar's eyes.
Just 2 3 minutes, right? So I just want to show that
Hmm.
what is the problem, I mean. So what we are doing is we are adding multi logins, right? So if you already have like your account and another two accounts, right? So you can log in all of the accounts at the same time, and you can switch all the accounts, right?
Hmm.
So that is what I am adding, right? So it is easy to add, right? There is no difficulty, but I took one challenge, right? So see, what challenge I took is whenever you logged into one thing and you have done some of the things, and you was having some sessions, right? So while switching, you will be have that session preserved for you when you switch back to that particular account, right?
Hmm.
Understood?
Okay.
And both sessions will not gonna interact with each other, right? So that
Okay.
challenge I took, and I was able to do it. I already done that, but one problem is uh, it not works for first login, right? So whenever I do first login and second login, right, and if I try to go back to first login, it will uh, throw me to the first login, I mean the login page, and I try to log in again, and then I'm able to switch between those all users, right? Any, I mean unlimited users, right? So I already added this. I mean, I'm not gonna explain how it works inside, but that is what problem I'm facing. And
Were you
I
able to
just
solve this? Like, did you put any time on after the stream?
I haven't put any time, right?
So
So yeah,
the workflow is such that we log in. Let's say this is the fresh Pinkery homepage login page. We log in with the first user, and second, once logged in, there is a option to add account. When we add
yeah,
account, we also we can log in with another user, and
yeah,
that also, like, then the we preserve the previous sessions is what you are saying, like. And
right,
when we switch between the users, the current session
Come into
basically,
existence.
like that, right? The current session is getting active, like the
right,
one that we want is get active, and rest everything goes behind the scene.
right.
That was the plan.
Of course,
All right,
that is
all
the
right.
plan. Yeah,
And in that you are
but
facing issue is that uh, it is only working for the first time.
no, it is not only working for first time. From the second, third, fourth, five, six, all is working.
Hmm.
So there is some glitch in Laravel, I think, right? It can be, I mean, right?
Hmm.
So of course, I will see more on like the framework part, and if I will find any issue, I will do a PR, and yeah, we will go ahead, right?
So
And
when are you planning next to solve this?
I don't know, yeah, but we can do together as well if you want, right?
Yeah, we'll try next time.
Yeah, okay, okay. So let me stop my screen, otherwise,
He spent a
Thank
good
you.
number of
Hmm.
amount, like good number of hours on this. I was with him on the streams, like
Hmm.
it's like I don't know where is
I
it going.
already spent three
because
hours.
because only from the code perspective, if you see the code, it all looks okay, it all looks good, like this is how it was supposed to get written, but I know which part of the code is creating problems.
Hmm.
So
So
probably.
even see, I already tried three different ways, right? From the, I mean, with the login response, with the authenticate using, with the login event listener, right? And three of them have a like different. Okay, so let's conclude this, right? It's 12:24, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So of course,
we can
so let's go, or I
Hmm.
think it's.
There are only three issues. There were only three issues.
Hmm,
One is the API structure
yeah,
that Samgan discussed. Sorry.
no, it's okay.
Sangam,
Uh, then I discussed the WebGuard thing. Then
right.
you discussed this
This pink
multi
thing.
login issues.
Yeah.
and which you are
Of
still
course.
struggling with. But yeah, eventually we'll figure it out. And rest, of course, all the nonsense that we talked about.
I'll
Nuisance.
categorize
Okay.
as side track instead of nonsense.
Okay. Side track. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
Then
nice talking to you.